It's April 1st, and since probably I think January 23rd, I've been making YouTube shorts almost once a day. And I've been trying various different technologies to do them. So, part learn technology, part try and make an interesting video. Most of them just make me cringe. They're not very good. I work on the technology all day, and then by the time I got to do it, I just didn't have the energy really to put in the thought to make them really tight. So they're sort of, yeah, I mean, I think they're each one is a good idea, but not really well done. So then, the biggest problem I have with the YouTube Shorts is I don't know. Sometimes YouTube will put them in the feed and they'll get anywhere from 500 to 2,000 views, or sometimes it just won't put in the feed at all. And that's a huge problem for me because as I'm testing each idea and technology, I want to know what's going to work. And if YouTube put just like 100 people, they put in the feed every day, but only gave me 100 views, that would help me sort of gain some idea. But I don't think there's any super rhyme or reason to it. So if it only gets one view, it actually might have been a really good video, but I'll never know because nobody ever saw it. To me, this is a huge, defect in YouTube because it means just in general that it's harder for people to reach their audience. When YouTube wants you to reach your audience if you have one. So why would you do this? Well, anyway, leave that aside. I feel I have the technology down. Like any idea I have right now, like I technologically know how to do it. So now I should do the videos I want to do, but I have trouble like focusing on one area that I want to do. And I'm a strong believer that you need a formula. Like every successful channel, you know, writer, whatever you do artistically, the audience needs to know that when they go to you, they're going to get a certain type of thing, like the thing that you're focused in. They don't want to see you all over the place. They want to see that one thing. So if I do satire, they want to see satire from me. They don't want to see serious geopolitical commentary, or they don't want to see me talking about, Python programming, all things that I'm interested in. So you need to find that formula. I've had a lot of trouble finding that formula. But anyway, I've come to the end of my technological, well, anyway, like I said, I can now do anything. So I just, last week I'm like, listen, it's really frustrating you about not getting your videos in every day. So like April 1st, you have to focus on one thing. For 1 month, you have to focus on one thing. And because I can't decide on my formula, and I watch many of these VidIQ videos, I forget the two guys' names. They're really good. They're very interesting. Of course, they don't answer the big question is like, what is the best videos for one to do? Somebody like me, like, how do you get what you're interested in? How do you get an audience for that? Not like, how do you get an audience? Like their thing is like, this is how we'll get you an audience doing silly videos to me in a way, videos that the public wants. Not like, how do you take your idea, if it isn't like a big idea, and make it as strong as possible for that idea. Anyway, we'll circle back to that some other month. But for now, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to just focus on trying to get as many subscribers as possible this month by making my videos. Because I do know one thing that has worked, I think, in the past couple of months. When I'm provocative and a little bit attacking, and I go and I use this and I talk about a celebrity or something, those seem to do a lot better. If I do my more philosophical pieces about the war or about the economy, those don't seem to do well. But if I do in the context of, attacking somebody, those seem to do well. Now, I'm very ambivalent about doing attack pieces because I just think it's bad for me personally. But on the other hand, it comes really natural to me, sad to say. And well, I mean, if that's what people want to watch. Again, this is another thing we'll have to circle back to. This video will be 3 hours long. Okay. So I'm now going to explain today's video, April 1st, trying to follow my rules now and just trying to do a video that gets as many views as possible and listen to VidIQ. I wish I had the names ready. I'll have the names ready. The two guys. Listen to what those guys are saying. Don't think it. Just do what they're saying. For this month, just take their advice because they study this 24/7. They're the experts. Back off, Max. Just do what they say. Anyway. So I'm going to go into how I arrived at the idea for today's video. All right, so I'm in the vidIQ page. Let me just drop this down a little bit. and I was scrolling through. So they have the, let me go back to the dashboard. So here's the dashboard. They tell me the current best time is today would be 6 to 9. Now, when I do this, it seems to work, and when I don't, it seems to not work. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I think there might be some truth to it. Anyway, I want to go with, I think it's the best thing is to go with the daily ideas. Again, I think I get myself in trouble because the ideas that I personally will try and go for are more philosophical. So I think I need to just sort of take the daily ideas from them. So I opened well, actually we can see the one that anyway, I opened this, I'm going through, and I'm looking at the various ones, and some of these I don't know anything about. Anyway, I see Trump sues CNN. I thought, that would be good. Dems have no chance in elections. And I'm thinking about, yeah, what would be Trump's defense in this, in the, in what's going on with his indictment. And I was just thinking, what has he really done anything that many other corporate men haven't done? They have a relationship with a woman. The woman says, you rejected me. I didn't get enough out of it. Give me a bonus, right? Or give me a parting gift. And he does, but he says, well, you can't tell my wife. And so I think, my guess is that Trump's defense in these cases, I mean, there's a lot more to them. I understand the whole tax issue and the election issue, but I think he's going to try and say, listen, I'm just doing what every other guy did. I gave her some money, I had her sign an NDA not to say anything about it, and I kept it a secret because I don't want my wife to know, because I think he was married when these things happened. So Trump marriage is an oxymoron. Okay. So anyway, so I'm looking at these things, and I'm like, oh, Trump sues, and again, I'm just sort of like thinking about like I said, like he's not doing anything that other people haven't done. And then I thought, hey, you know what? Like sort of line that might apply to him is one of my favorite lines in the movie Born, A Star Is Born. The version with Barbara Streisand and Chris Christopherson is he's in the plane, and she says something like, people keep coming to me for the answers, and I don't even know the questions. That's sort of like Trump, right? Like people go over the answers. He doesn't know the questions. He really doesn't. And then like it popped into my head. It's like, what's that line in that song? Everybody says I'm so different, but I haven't changed. I'm thinking, oh, it's a Joe Walsh song. So I go to the, I look up the words like, everybody tells me I'm different, I haven't changed, and I come up with the song, and I start, playing the song, and, I'm listening to it. I mean, you can't hear it here, right? So anyway, I'm listening to it, and I'm reading these lyrics, and I'm like, hey, wait, what if I took voice AI, which, by the way, I've had trouble. I'm going to go into that actually a little bit. So I'll use voice AI. I use Trump's voice. I'll sing a little bit different words. I'll find the karaoke version of the song, and I'll post that. Trump singing, the Joe Walsh song with the words slightly modified on a karaoke track. Now the risk on this, and I know YouTube, I think, does try and go after, AI voices. So I'm not sure if that'll have the effect. I'm going to take that risk anyway. I think YouTube can't really do that. There's so many people are doing it. Anyway, there are some videos on YouTube that are doing pretty well. Those cartoon videos with Obama, Biden, and Trump, all in the car together, which I think are sort of amusing. Anyway, so that's the plan for this video. But let me bring up actually voice AI. So now I used voice AI in a video a couple days ago, and it worked well. And then yesterday, and then I thought, I'm just going to pay for it. And it's expensive. It's like $60 a month essentially. I mean, you can do 15-second clips, and I could just break everything up into 15 seconds. I'm like, come on. I mean, I want to be productive here. I don't want to waste a lot of time cutting out its watermark and stuff. And so anyway, so I thought, okay, I'm just going to pay, but it's $60 for a month, or it's like $120 for 3 months. I thought, just pay the $120, even though, again, I'm really sort of scared that they're going to get sued, or they won't be able to do it for legal reasons, or YouTube will block these AI voices, or whatever. Anyway, I pay the $120 reluctantly. And next day, it doesn't work. It didn't work yesterday. I had this video I wanted to do in the morning, and it didn't work. And I put a thing on their community thing, and nobody responded to me there. In fact, there aren't many people on the community thing. I don't know what the hell is going on with this thing, but I tried out many other AI voice generators, and this is by far the best. I mean, the others aren't even close. Now, the other ones have problems, like they work well, but you have to type in the text. Actually, programmatically, I know that I can find like a near free solution. But again, I just want to get things done here. I can't. I get into a rabbit hole with the technology. I need to stop it. Like I said, I just want to focus on the production of the videos now. That the technological development is over. So it just, do what makes the most sense, and voice AI makes the most sense. And now it's loading here. And I think the way that it works is once you use your points to get a character, and then once you have the character, you can use it as many times as you want, but you have to pay to get like a 5-minute, to record longer than 15 seconds without a watermark. So that's what I did. So I asked them for a refund because it didn't work yesterday. And half of me is still like, you have actually a really good reason now to get the refund. Just get the refund. If they don't give it to you, go to the credit card company, get it, because they can't be trusted. It was down for a day. And now on the other hand, I'm like, yeah, but today I really need it for this video. So yeah, I'm torn. So I guess I'm going to use it for this video because I think, let's just say for the sake of argument that I lose it. Like it's $120. For all I know, this video could get 1 million views. Is 1 million views worth $120? I think it is. I mean, that's why I subscribe to VidIQ in a sense, right? I mean, it's like you just need them to help you get one hit and you're off to the races. Not that it's going to ever make me rich or anything like that, but if that is the goal, right, is to be successful in what you're doing, then like you're gonna have to put money into it no matter what. I'm not against spending money again. It's not that. It's just like the problem isn't giving them $120. The problem is they're about 50 different types of services I'd like to give money for. That's the problem. Not that. And I do buy a lot of stuff, so I'm just very careful about what I buy for. Okay. Anyway, that's how I came up with the idea for today. Again, I'm going to do I took the VidIQ, I'm going to do CNN sues. I'm going to use that and be CNN, Trump sues CNN, maybe something like sing song to prove innocence, whatever. So I'll add something on that. And then I'll do this video, which I think will be amusing, hopefully. And we'll see how it goes for day one. Okay, so the first thing I did is I found the lyrics and I downloaded them and I just changed them slightly for Trump. So, I have a mansion, forget the price. My family lives there. They tell me it's nice. I live in hotels, hookers galore. I have accountants pay for it all. I mean, I'm not even going to try hard. I don't think you need to try hard. I think that's sort of a mistake. In fact, what I really love about the song when I read it is it's so simple. It's like, it's not like, it's so understated, the humor. I mean, he's not trying actually to be funny. He's just it's just an old thing of understatement. I'm making, anyway, we won't go into that. Anyway, it's just a great song. I love it. Who can't love it? Anyway, so I changed it a little bit for Trump. Now I want to sing over it. So at first I searched on YouTube and I found many karaoke versions. And I was trying to find one where I wouldn't get a copyright strike against me. And then I thought, I'll just go to a karaoke site. So I went to this karaoke site called karaokeversion.com. Boy, this is exactly what I want. So it allows you to mute any tracks that you don't want. And I think the less of the tracks I have, the less YouTube will say, oh, this is a song under copyright strike. But also I really want to, I don't want to overcomplicate the idea of the humor here. I don't want like the music, overwhelming it. I just want the very basics of the song as, Trump speaks these words behind it. So I found, on this, what's great about the site is you basically, when you buy the song, you can decide what tracks you want it to play. And so like I muted everything except the drum kit, bass, and rhythm guitar. And then I download it. So now only that version will play. And if later on I decide that I need the lead guitar or something, the site, once you buy a song, they allow you to come back and make other versions if you want to put in other tracks. I'm not too worried about that. So I'm super excited I found this site. It's only $3, $2.99, karaoke version. So I created my mix, I downloaded it, And now on to, the voice AI and picking out the lyrics that are going to make the song within, this is going to be a challenge, making the song under, under 1 minute for the YouTube short. Okay, so the way I decided to do this is, in fact, oops. Oh, this isn't in front of, that's cool. That is cool. I noticed that OBS doesn't get confused, like it's actually sitting in front of what it's looking at, but it's not showing. That's a great new update to OBS. Wow. Okay. All right. So I wrote the script here. So I just picked out 3 stanzas that would go under 1 minute. Is hard, but I pushed them all together. And then in Premiere, I put both tracks, the track with the singing in the background, and then the track alone. And then I just hit the microphone, and then I would sing along to these tracks. And then when I'm going to export it, I'm going to export it, the first one without these muted, both tracks muted, so it'll only be my voice. Then so now I have my Max lyrics too. And then I'm going to, this is where it gets the little tricky part. So I need to get the voice into voice AI. Now, I wish I had a way where you could just upload a file, but you can't. So I need to redirect the audio from this file to, sorry, it's the wrong one. Where is it? I need to put this file here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to my microphones, and I'm going to pick speaker's voice changer. Sorry, no, I'm not going to pick that. I'm going to pick voice meter input here is a voice meter AI, and then just hit this. This, by the way, is Volume Me. It's a great little add-on for Windows that I use a lot. Anyway, so I'm going to change this to the default headset. So now when I go to play this, it's actually going to be captured by the, let's stop this a second. It's going to be captured by the voice meter input. I'm not going to hear my headphones. And then this thing is going to pick up the voice meter output. So I have the voice meter software installed in my computer. If you don't know what that is, you can go look at it, a bunch of YouTube videos, but it's basically a virtual cable. So I have this, and as you can see, when I play it, you see the bars are going up in the record thing up there. So it's hearing it. So I'm going to bring this back to the beginning, and then I'm going to start the recording. I have my Trump ready. Start the recording, and then I'm going to hit the plus on this, and you can see above in the red thing that it's recording. So I'm going to wait till it finishes. Though obviously this is probably using a lot of the computer to do the voice AI. I did it once already, and it worked pretty well. I mean, the singing wasn't good, and missed words, but generally the idea sort of worked. So I'm very happy about that. And I sang lower this time because my wife is doing exercises in the other room. Okay, so this is almost done, 58, 59. Okay, so this is done, 1.01. Now I'm going to stop the recording. And now, as you can see here, it's starting to process. So it'll process the audio that I just sang. Then when this is done, I'll download this file, and then I'll match it up again with the, in Premiere, I'll delete my singing over it. I'll delete the track that has the singing background that I use for me to sing over, and I'll just marry it with the karaoke part only. So it's just only be my voice modified into Trump's voice over the backing track. Then in that, I'm going to take it and put it into CapCut to generate the captions. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Before that, I'll put it into Adobe Character Animator to get the lips. Okay, so here you can see it's done. So to listen to it, I'll have to do all, change it back to headphones and everything. So it's a little bit pain in the ass going back and forth between the headphones and whatever. Anyway, okay, so that's that part. Okay, so this is Character Animator. So I already have a pre-made puppet. Actually, it's just Adobe's one of their free puppets, I believe. And it's hearing my voice and it's doing its thing anyway. And I put it on a green screen. So there's a green screen back here. Let me actually just show that. So I took Trump singing, alone, not with actually the background music, and I put it in here, and then I copied it into the timeline. Then if you click on both this and the red clay lips, and then you go into timeline, you can do compute lip sync take from audio scene. So basically, it'll take this audio and it'll generate the lip syncing, and then you can just export the project to an MP4, and these are his lips moving, which I'll synchronize with the song. So that's how I'm going to create the lips moving for the video. I used a character animator in Adobe. Okay, I think I have all my pieces here ready to do it. So the first thing I want to do is I want to bring in an image that's going to be the background. And so that's going to be Trump with Mike. Yeah, so this will be my background. And when I drag this down onto the timeline, I'll just make sure the ratio is set to 9:16. I'm using CapCut here. So here's my thing. The next thing I want to bring in is the audio track, which is the Trump singing, which is Trump Sings version 2, I believe. Oh, sorry, Trump Sings New Lyrics number 2. I believe that's it. Bring that here. Bring this down to the timeline. Let me just shrink this a little bit. Make sure the graphic comes across the whole thing. And now I'm going to go and play it to make sure that okay, yes, so that's you can hear my headphones. Sorry, I don't have it turned on that you can hear what I'm hearing. Anyway, so that's Trump singing with it. The next thing I want to bring in is the lip sync. So that's seeing red lips here. And then I'm going to want to bring that down into here also. And what I'm going to want to do is select this, go into video, go into cutout and do chroma key. I'm going to select the color, which is this. And then I'm going to put the strength until the green disappears, which is pretty quickly. And then I'm going to put this up here. And sure, this is going to be a lot smaller, so I'm just going to put this up here. I'll find this later, but just to give you the idea of what it's going to look like. Now, actually, I'm going to go turn on the audio here so you can hear this. Okay, so I brought in the lips, as you took out the green, and then I just moved this around. Actually, this had a track also that I could line, but I didn't do that. I just quickly moved it around, and anyway, it's not that hard. So I got this linked up, and so now you can see.
Up and forget the price. My family is there. They tell me it's nice.
You can see it's pretty much.
I live in hotels, hookers galore.
Okay, now next thing I'm going to want to do is I want to generate a well, I should just bring this voice only to generate the captions, but I think hopefully even with the music, it'll be able to figure it out. Okay, well, I'm done with it. It's not great. I think really this video should be the whole length of the song. It should be a few minutes. Trying to get into 1 minute, I just couldn't do it. I also couldn't get the cuts well, and I cut out the choruses. So anyway, it didn't turn out as nice as I'd like it to turn out. Well, that's the breaks. But anyway, I think I got all the technology working, and I think in better hands it could have been worked out. Anyway, so I added things, so I added the lips, as and then I just added all the text blocks manually, and then I just changed some of the colors. See, for instance, you can go in here. Let's just say I just want to make a count, so I want to change that color. This is what's so cool about CapCut, that you can do things like this. Let's say I just want to make that like red to stand out, or let's do this. Counts for it. So yeah, so now I can do that.
Since pay for
stand out. Or let's say I just learned this even today. I want to separate it on a line. I can do that. And then I want to separate accountants to make sure that is that separates them, and I can also just pull it up like this. But I'm going to need to change the font just a teeny bit to get that comma in there. There we go. This is sometimes a little difficult to get all this, to select this to get it to move. God dang it. Oh well. You get the idea. Anyway, so I did that, and then I had like a picture of Stormy Daniels in here just to get, variety.
Hotels, hookers galore. I have accountants.
Anyway, that's how I ultimately ended up finishing this video, and I put a young Trump at the end, and that's it. Okay. Hope you found some of this helpful. If you want to use any of these tricks into your own videos. Yeah, well, until tomorrow.
I have a mansion of price. My family lives there, they tell me it's nice. I live in hotels, hookers galore. I have accountants pay for it all. I'm making statements, my fans, they can't wait. They write me letters, tell me I'm great. So I got me an office, my face on the wall. Just leave a message, maybe I'll call. Go to the party sometimes until 4. It's hard to leave when I'm the star. It's tough to handle this fortune and fame. Everybody's so different, I haven't changed.